Alright, what's up guys? VV back with another video. And in today's video, we've got some spoilers to go over. That's right, we're going to be checking out some spoilers from PRB-02. So let's get right into this, guys. I'm going to have everything time-stamped in the general description, and I'll have all relevant links and stuff like that in the comments section below. If you guys have any comments, questions, or suggestions, please do not hesitate to put those down in the comments section below, or hop on the VV Theory Discord. Link will be in the channel description. Today's video is brought to you by Nin Garden, and their summer kickoff sale is live. They're offering 10 to 40% off site-wide across the entire store. For a limited time, get a free playmat tube with every Sun God playmat purchase while supplies last. Also, don't forget to use my code, the VV Theory, at the checkout for an extra 10% off. Alright, what's up guys? I got a quick announcement before we launch into today's video. July 1st, on the VV Theory Discord, we are going to be hosting a Rainbow Luffy tournament. Okay? All the details are on the Discord. Be sure to hop on and check it out for yourself if you're interested. Once you hop into the Discord, link is in the channel description. You will land right here in the landing zone, and that's where we say hey to everybody who comes in. We try to wave at everyone who comes in, but notice all the way down the list down here where it says tournaments, you'll be able to bring down this drop down here and go to the frequently asked questions. And here it is. You know, this is the FAQ for it, kind of explaining more about it. And if you have any extra questions, of course, don't be afraid to ask. Okay, but just some quick details on it. It will be July 1st. Okay, and its registration is going to start at 8 p.m. Eastern. Okay, and it will end by 8:45. Of the same day. You register the same day and you play that same day. Okay, and it's going to be a Rainbow Luffy tournament. So what does that mean? It's not like a sealed tournament or a limited tournament. Excuse me, in fact, it's the total opposite, right? You're going to be building a deck using any cards in the game up to OP11. Notice it says right here, every set up to OP11 is legal. OP12 will not be legal in the tournament. But you're going to play up to all the way up to OP11. It will be on the sim, okay? And you're going to have access to all the cards in the game. And imagine what that means. Rainbow Luffy, right, guys? Rainbow Luffy, that means you can run any card in the deck. It is a 6-color leader, and it has all names and types. So imagine a deck that has Cavendish, that also has access to 10 cost Lin Lin, that might have access to fill in the blank of whatever cards would normally just be restricted to a single type or color. Okay, so really cool stuff there. If you're interested and you want more details on that, be sure to stop by the Discord and ask away in there. Really looking forward to it. One more thing I want to say about it is notice the timing. It's on July 1st, which is a Tuesday, and the sign-ups start at 8 p.m. Eastern, okay? I stream at 9 p.m. Eastern every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So we will be streaming this tournament, okay? So again, if anyone's interested in that, be sure to stop by the Discord and ask about it and hop down to the FAQ and kind of get some ideas on what it's all about. All right, guys, first card we're going to be going over is a new Sabo. That's right, we have a black 6-cost, 6,000 power, 2K counter, Dressrosa Revo Army Sabo with blocker. And get this, guys, if you have 15 or more cards in your trash, give this card -3 cost in your hand. Okay, so this is going to be exactly like Purple's 6-cost Sanji for Straw Hat Crew. Black now has a version of that, right? But we have to, Black will have to fill up 15 cards in their trash or more. So it will really depend on how you choose to build the deck. Now, here's the standard art for it, and this is the alt art. They both look really good, but I'm more a fan of the alt art for this Sabo. Usually, I like the non-alt art stuff better, but I will say for this Sabo, that alt art looks really nice, very clean. But again, they both look really good. So back to the card, though. This is a really nice utility 2K counter blocker for black. It's obviously meant for the Dressrosa and the Revo Army stuff, which Dressrosa was always okay at filling up the trash. I think they do a good job at filling up their trash. And now Revo Army with the new OP12 stuff, they're filling up their trash a little bit better as well with cards like the 3-cost Ivankov and even the 5-cost Sabo from way back whenever that card came out, OP04, OP05. That's a draw 2 trash 2. So I think this is just going to be good in pretty much all black decks because Gecko Moria fills up their trash. Lucci fills up their trash. And one thing I have to, I'll have to read this I'm not exactly sure about the translation on here. I always try to wait. They do a very good job over on the One Piece trading card game community. They do a very good job of translating the cards. but I'll have to read this and maybe even wait for the FAQ. But guys, if I'm understanding this correctly, let's just say you have like 20 cards in your trash, so we're like, you know, we're in the clear for the lead for this character's effect to be active. You will probably be able to grab this card out of your trash with Rebecca and then play it off the Rebecca, because it'll only be a 3-cost card, right? Am I understanding that correctly? If so, this card is going to be a very strong staple. I think this might become a staple 2K counter in the black card pool moving forward for pretty much every deck running black. There might be a few exceptions of decks that don't fill up their trash, but again, I think Dressrosa has no problem filling up their trash to get the full effect from this card. What else? Revo Army now, they're starting to move in that direction, like with the 8-cost Dragon. They want to fill up their trash a lot, you know, the new Searchers and stuff they have, and the Ivankov, like I was saying. Lucci fills up their trash like crazy, and even Gecko Moria fills up their trash. So yeah, guys, I think this might become a staple black 2K counter blocker. This card is really, really nice. Tell me what y'all think about this in the comments section below. And please tell me if I'm misunderstanding this. Like I said, guys, I think if you have 15 or more cards in your trash, if you pull this card out of the trash, you know, Rebecca can pull a 7-cost or lower out of the trash, right? I think it's like a 3-cost to 7-cost Rebecca can pull out of the trash. Okay, well, we'll pull this card out, and then we can play out a 3-cost or lower black character from our hand with the Rebecca second effect. Okay, well, again, if we still have 15 or more cards in our trash after pulling this out, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to play this card out with the Rebecca. Seems good. We'll have to see what happens. Again, tell me if I'm misunderstanding that a little bit. This is like my first time really like trying to break it down and see what we can do with it. But I think that is how it will work. I think this is going to be a very solid card, though, moving forward. Okay, next up we have a few just spoilers here of like, now these are reprints. These aren't necessarily spoilers as in like new cards, but we've got some cool new alternate versions of the art of previous cards which come out in these PRB sets. So first up here is Buggy's Searcher event. This is the Cross Guild Search event. Then we have, I believe this one is Lime Juice. This is the one that makes it where a 4,000 power or lower character cannot block. It's something along those lines, guys. I'm sorry, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure this is Lime Juice. This one looks really cool. Then we have Urouge. This is a 4-cost, 5,000 power, 1K counter blocker with, at the end of your turn, set up to one of your Rested Dawn as active. Okay, then we have, I think this one's called Gum Gum Rain, and this is a 0-cost 3K counter for blue. Very good stuff here. Looks really cool, too. Look at all, he's attacking so fast. There's, you know, it looks like there's 10 different punches coming at you. Really nice art here. Usohachi, this is a much-needed reprint for PRB-02, right, for the game. This is the 3-cost, 3,000 power, 2K counter. On play, if you have 8 or more Dawn cards, you can rest down a 5 or less character. Really, really solid 2K utility counter there. Shigan Finger Pistol. I think it's just called Finger Pistol is the English version, but I think it's like called Shigan Finger Pistol on the sim. Really nice-looking alt art here with Rob Lucci on the front. Then we have a special alt art here of the 7-cost, 9,000 power Trafalgar Law. This is the one that has, you know, on play, put a Supernova card into your life, and then if your leader is Supernova, you can give them a Rested Dawn card. Really nice looking card here too, by the way. Check this out. Let me try to, you know, zoom in on it. Yeah, that looks awesome. My camera is in the way a little bit. Let me move it over to here for now. Yeah, look at that, guys. Looks really, really nice. And I think we got one more. Check this out, guys. Okay, that's right. We got the 6-cost, 7,000 power EB-02 Secret Luffy. Now, there is some question going on right now in the community. If someone knows, by all means, say something in the comments section below. But notice this card down at the bottom right here. It says SP, and I think this is like a special type of alt art rarity here. And there is some concern about whether or not they're going to actually reprint the base level of this card in PRB-02. This card, at the time of me recording this, is around $80 USD. Excuse me. This card is around $80 USD at the time of me recording this, guys. So it would be really nice if they chose to reprint this in PRB-02, but who knows if they were able to do that in time. You can tell they definitely had it on their mind to print this SP out, but again, let me be very clear, guys. The difference in rarity between a normal secret reprint in PRB versus an SP reprint, special reprint in PRB, it's very different. So it might not even drive down the price of this card in the Western market unless there's going to be enough of them printed, unless the pull rates are good enough. So we'll have to see what happens there. Don't get your hopes up, though. I don't want to get anyone's hopes up like, oh, yeah, it's going to drive down the price of the card. It might not. We'll have to see what happens going forward. Okay, and then we have, I think that's it, back to here. Okay, now we got a few more. Check this out. We're gonna look at some Dawn cards, and we have some other actual spoilers to go over, guys. Be patient, bear with me. So we got this Rob Lucci Dawn card. This looks really nice. Let me go and zoom in on this a little bit. Not the best quality picture here, but I think you guys can see what's going on. You got the silhouette of Rob Lucci here with the gold Dawn. Looks so good. Okay, let's go forward. Usopp, look how good that looks, guys. Okay, now I'm going to move my camera back to the other side. I think it's better over here now. This looks really good. Let me go back to the previous one so everyone can see on the other side as well. Yeah, that just looks awesome. Then we got Usopp here. Oh, man, looking so cool. I love these Gold Dawn, guys. I'm a really big fan of the Gold Dawn. I know some people are upset at the price of them. They do end up being very, very expensive. But remember, guys, you don't have to have these. These are just alt arts. They're just to look cool in the deck. Dawn is pretty much free, right? I bet you could ask any random One Piece player for extra Dawn. They'll probably have some lying around. Okay? I've even seen people, it depends on where you're at, guys. I've even seen people use, like, Pokemon Energy for Dawn. I've seen people use Magic the Gathering Lands for Dawn. You name it, guys. Tell me what y'all have seen in the comments section below, like some of the craziest things you've seen people use as Dawn cards. I love seeing people, you know, come up with these funny ideas for Dawn replacements. Okay, and then we have this one here. This one, judging by the silhouettes here, I think this is one from, like, Sky Island, like with Calgara and his crew. Okay, or, with, you know, with that whole squad, I'll call it. And then we have Carrot. Check this one out. Very cool. Look, this is a nice one. I like what they're doing. These are all like silhouettes. It looks like what they're doing here. Notice this one with Carrot. You even have like a silver silhouette in the, it's almost like the middle ground. And then in the foreground, you have the black silhouette here, which looks really awesome as well. And then going back here, look at this. Hang on. Now, that is really awesome. Check this out, guys. It looks like, I mean, I could be wrong. It could just be the angle. But look at the gold Dawn card for this Calgara one here. You can see the gold outlines of the characters. Now, look at this. I know my head's in the way a little bit, but over on the normal art, it looks like there is no silhouette. That is really cool, man. That's a really cool effect they're going for there. Okay, this one's not so much the silhouette theme, but it still looks very cool. And then with Rob Lucci, of course, we get, you know, back to the silhouette. Really love this style here. I hope they do this again in the future with more cards. Okay, let's keep going. All right, now for some more spoilers, guys. We got Trafalgar Law here. Check it out. Let's look at the regular art real quick, and then the alt art. These look awesome. I'm a huge fan of the way both of those look, actually. This one's pretty good, but okay, here we are again. Okay, it's an Akira Igawa. I was like, man, I absolutely love this one. And Akira Igawa is probably my favorite artist in One Piece. Okay? One of my favorite artists, period, if I'm being honest with you guys. But this looks really, really awesome. Check that out. Incredible. Beautiful art. Okay, so what does this card do? Trafalgar Law. We have a red Trafalgar Law here. 6 cost, 7,000 power, Punk Hazard type. Okay. 7 Warlords and Heart Pirates. And counter 1,000, and then once per turn, if this character would be removed from the field by your opponent's effect, you may give this character minus 2,000 power during this turn instead. Okay, excuse me. So this is similar to the Portgosti Ace effect we've seen on the 5 cost 6k Ace. Very similar to that effect, where you can save it for the turn for just giving it minus 2,000 power. Then we have another effect here. When attacking, give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 2,000 power during this turn. Okay. Is this, guys, someone tell me in the comment section below, is this like Caesar Clown support? Because I see the Punk Hazard on here. Is this Caesar Clown support? Because, excuse me, I couldn't imagine where else this would go. I'm definitely not filling this card for Red Yellow Sabo. It doesn't, I mean, I don't know, maybe. It does have some type of evasion protection to stick on the board one extra turn, maybe. Because, you know, after you attack with it, it's probably going bye-bye. Because even if they do try to remove it and you drop the character down by 2,000, then they can attack into it and it'll just be a 5k. But who knows? This is a 7,000 power base character, so maybe this will work in Red Yellow Sabo. We'll have to see. But what is this card really meant for? That's my question. Typically speaking, I think with like the EB sets and maybe even PRB now, because I think in the first PRB set, I don't think there were any actual new cards that came out. But in PRB-02, we're seeing a lot of real new cards, like actual new cards that could support other, you know, other decks and things like that. And I wonder if, like, this is going to be like with the EB-02 stuff, where it's meant to help out a specific deck. And if that's the case, it kind of seems like with it being a Punk Hazard card and having the power reduction built in, maybe this will be good for Red Blue Caesar Clown. We'll have to see what happens. You guys tell me what y'all think in the comment section below. But man, I got to tell you, this art is awesome. Man, this looks awesome. Really nice dynamic action pose here. Looks so good. Okay, but other than that, just to summarize on the card, pretty big fan of this one. I think it's a solid card in general, but where is it going to find a home at? That's my real question. Where is this card going to find a home? One more thing I want to mention. One more thing I want to mention about this card is in the red color pool right now, there are not a lot of strong 6-cost cards. Okay? Like, you know, in yellow and OP12, they're going to have Kuma. Blue has Red Rock. I'm sure we can go through all the colors and find something, you know, find something decent. But I feel like I've tried to put decks together with red in the past, and it just seems like red has like this void space. Like there's just nothing in the 6-cost spot. Maybe this card will just fit in there because it seems like this is just a strong card in general. It's got a counter built in. It's a 6-cost 7K. It has evasion and it has power reduction. Thumbs up all around, guys. This card has a thumbs up all around for me. Big fan of this card. Okay. Again, y'all tell me in the comment section below what deck you think this card will be best in. This new Trafalgar Law. Which leader will this be, you know, perfect for? Okay, all right, next up we have Gecko Moria. Okay, check out the art here. We got the standard art, and then we have this one looks, I like the pinks right here. This looks really good in the background. And then we have the alt art. Wow, that alt art is crazy. Look at this alt art, guys. You got like the zombies in the foreground. The eyes are all glowing. That's a good looking alt art there. I bet it looks way better in person too. Sometimes when they show these alt arts on the, you know, just a picture online, it doesn't really do the card justice. But seeing this card like this, I bet in person it's going to look incredible. It looks like there's a lot of foiling on this card. Okay, so let's see what this card does here. Gecko Moria. This is a 6-cost, 7,000 power black character with Thriller Bark Pirates type and 7 Warlords. And then on play, if your leader has the Thriller Bark Pirates type, play up to 1 character with a cost of 4 or less from your trash rested. Okay, interesting. Then give your leader up to 1 rested Dawn. That's very nice for attacking into the 6,000 power leaders. That way you will be able to play out a card like this on curve. Like say you're playing against like, you know, blue-purple Luffy or green-purple Luffy and they've used their leader effect, or red-purple Luffy, or you name it, right? Any kind of 6,000 power character, it's nice to be able to play out a card on curve and still be able to attack into your opponent's leader. So really good, you know, that was a good like foresight there from Bandai, you know, predicting how that might be a problem. Because let me say that real quick, guys, with the way the game is progressing, if you can't attack for 6,000 on your, you know, on your turn 3, turn 4, turn 5, it's going to be hard to play cards out on curve because you're not being able to keep on pressure. You're basically just letting your opponent have a free turn. Now, I will say, of course, there are things that come along with that, right? You know, being a 6,000 power leader, you do only have 3 life typically, right? So I guess there is some balance to that. But at the same time, with this card, you're going to be getting around it. You're going to be able to play this out right on 6 Dawn and then still be able to swing for 6 into your opponent's leader. Really good stuff here. Really good stats as well. 6 cost 7K. And that effect. Okay, it looks like they're learning, guys. Looks like Bandai's learning. If your leader has the Thriller Bark Pirates type. Do you guys remember another version of Gecko Moria from back in the day? An 8-cost, 9,000 power Gecko Moria? That's right. They've definitely toned this one down. It's not an 8-cost 9K. It's a 6-cost 7K. And then this doesn't play out 2 characters. This can only play out 1 character. And then on top of that, your leader must be Thriller Bark Pirates. Okay? So this card will only be usable in 2 decks currently. At the time of recording this, it will only be usable in Gecko Moria, the leader, and then in Green-Black Perona. Okay, so those are the only 2 decks that will be able to use this character. Unless you're doing some type of format with like Rainbow Luffy or something, obviously. But really good stuff here. So on play, if your leader has the Thriller Bark Pirates type, play up to 1 character with a cost of 4 or less from your trash rested. That's another thing. You know, with the 8-cost 9K Gecko, you brought 1 character into play active and 1 into play rested. Well, it's much... I feel like it's much more balanced when you bring stuff into play rested, so that way your opponent at least has a chance to battle into it, right? I think... I'm going to say this in general. This is just me. This is just my, you know, just my personal opinion. I think moving forward, I think Bandai needs to start doing that. if you're going to have characters that play characters, that's fine. It's good to, gain tempo and, momentum in some way. But at the same time, there does have to be some balance to it, right? And I think any character that cheats in a character, even if it's from the trash or hand or top of deck, I think the best way going forward, again, for balance sake, is to have the card come into play rested. I think that's a really good, I think that's a step in the right direction for Bandai. There could be some exceptions to that. For cards that you do have to play from hand, maybe those cards can come into play active. But in general, I do like this. I do like this direction we're seeing from Bandai with bringing cards into play. Really good stuff here as far as the card goes. Now, let me read something real quick one more time here. So only your leader has to be Thriller Bark Pirates type. You can bring any cost 4 or lower character from your trash into play rested. So again, if your leader's Thriller Bark Pirates type, play up to 1 character with a cost of 4 or less from your trash rested. So that can be any 4 cost or lower character. It doesn't have to be Thriller Bark Pirates type, but your leader does have to be Thriller Bark Pirates. Yeah. Guys, I'm a big fan of this card in this alt art. How crazy is that? That looks so awesome. Looks incredible. But yeah, I'm a big fan of this card. Maybe this will make more people want to play or experiment with Gecko Moria or even Perona. We'll have to see what happens. And hopefully in the future, they give us more Thriller Bark Pirates leaders. I would like to see what more they could do with that. Maybe have black be the primary color for Gecko Moria, Thriller Bark Pirates. And then branch off from there. We have a black-green leader. Maybe next we need to see a black-purple leader. And then a black-yellow leader, and then a black-red leader, all for Thriller Bark, I'm saying. And then lastly, maybe black-blue. That one's kind of scary, right? Because there are some carryover cards there for 7 Warlords and Thriller Bark with a leader like that, potentially. They'd have to balance that, of course. Okay, really cool card here. Very strong effect. We'll have to see what people cook up with this new card here. Big fan of this one. All right, next up we have Koby. Let's take a look at the art real quick. So we got the standard art, the regular art here, and then the alt art. Okay, I think I actually like the standard art better on this one. I like how he's punching into the camera here right at us. We got to dodge that as soon as we play it, right? Or we're going to get punched right in the face. And then we have this other one here, the alt art, where he's just powering up, right? I really like that. Look, his jacket's about to fly off of his back from his power level. Really cool stuff here. And who knows? It always comes down to seeing the cards in person. Usually with the standard art cards like this, what you see is what you get. But when it comes to the alt art, with the foiling and the textures and all the different stuff going on there, sometimes they look way, way better in person. Okay, but either way, both of them look really good. All right, so what does this card do? So Koby is a 4-cost, 5,000 power character with a Navy and Sword type, with a 1k counter, and then it has 2 different effects. Opponent's turn, if your leader is the Navy type, this character gains plus 1,000 power. Okay, so in Red Black Koby, we're looking at a 6,000 power character on defense, right? So it'll be easier to defend. And then when attacking, KO an opponent's character with an original power of 3,000 or less. Okay, then if you have 6 or less cards in your hand, draw a card. So we're going to have to wait for the official translation on that, the official FAQ, or unless there's some type of, unless people already know. The way it's worded makes me think if you cannot KO a character, then you won't be able to draw a card if you have 6 or less cards in hand. If someone knows the full ruling on that, by all means say something in the comments section below. But notice how it does not say KO up to one of your opponent's characters with an original power of 3,000 or less when attacking. It just says KO an opponent's character with an original power of 3,000 or less. Then if you have 6 or less cards in your hand, draw a card. Okay, so again, if someone has any clarification on that, if someone knows for sure, by all means, say something in the comments section below. Just to kind of restate my question is, do you have to KO something in order to draw the card if you have 6 or less cards in hand? Either way, though, I'm not a huge fan of when they have KO built around original power. I like when you can actually power up the effect and combo it with something else that reduces power. Not a huge fan of how they limited this card, but I think for balance purposes, it does make sense. And I will say this, guys, anytime you have a 4-cost card like this that can attack and draw cards potentially, seems pretty good, right? So that does seem very, very strong. We'll have to see what happens, though. I do think this will be really good for playing out right on curve. Like, say your opponent's going first, they go turn 1 Searcher. Now it's your turn. You know, we're going second, turn 1, play out a Searcher. Maybe even like, you know, if we're playing Red Black Koby, play out Brand New, fix our hand a little bit. And then next turn, they play out some small character, a 3-cost or lower character. Then we slam down this character. And now guess what? Next turn, yeah, they're about to lose some of those tiny characters if there's any more on the board. So really nice card to have early on. This is going to be a great card to play on curve. And actually, hang on. This is kind of interesting. Only the opponent's turn effect is like locked to the Navy type. That, when attacking, can actually be used in any effect, or excuse me, in any leader type. When attacking, KO an opponent's character with an original power of 3,000 or less. It doesn't say if your leader's Navy. So maybe this card will see some play in decks other than just Red Black Koby. We'll have to see what happens. That's interesting. Tell me what you guys are thinking about this card. Has anyone got any ideas for this? Now, remember, it does go off original power of 3,000 or less. Man, imagine how good this card would have been in Red Blue Koby. If it did not go off original power, oh, man, that would have been so incredible. Oh, well, it is what it is. It still looks like a pretty solid card, though. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, so next up we have a bunch of, I think this is just all alt-arts here, guys. No more new cards. We got a bunch of alt-art cards to look at now. Some reprints. So first up is 0-cost Jet Gatling. This is purple 0-cost 3K. Check that out, man. This one looks really good. It looks like there's going to be really good texturing and foiling going on here. This is a really nice looking alt-art here. Luffy's just beating up Rob Lucci. That's crazy. And this card did need a reprint, so that's good. Really good stuff there. Yeah, that just looks awesome. Okay, let's keep going. Next up, we have Scratchman of Pooh. I believe this, yeah, so this is the 1-cost 2K counter that has on play rest of 2 or less, I believe. I think that's what the card says. Very nice. This is a good-looking art here, too. You can see with, like, the I don't know how well this comes out in the recording, but there's, like, this white and red. That's probably going to be, like, that reflective type of foiling in the white and red stuff here. That's probably going to look really nice in person. Okay. Then we have Mr. 3 Galdino. Very cool. Okay, so this is the Searcher for Cross Guild and Baroque Works. Look at that finger, guys. His finger's literally like bent completely backwards while he's pointing at somebody. He's like, you know, that's awesome. Really cool. Okay, then we have Burgess here. Now, the texturing looks really good on this card. Notice, like, these rays of light or rays of power, whatever that's meant to be there. That's probably going to look really good in person as well. Okay, really cool looking card. Of course, this is the 4-cost 5K Burgess that has, for every 4 cards in your trash, he gets plus 1,000 power, and then he cannot be KO'd by your opponent's effects. Okay. All right, here we go. Now we got Zoro. I hate to keep reusing the same word over and over again, guys, but look at the texturing on this one. Like, this one looks really good with these rays of light or whatever that's meant to be in the background, if that's like his power level, you know, emitting from him. But then with Zoro here, look at this. Wow. It has like this swirling effect. This looks really, really good. This is the OP09 3-cost 5,000 power Zoro, where it's like you can return, you know, 1 or more Dawn cards to return a Dawn card as active, and then that goes with your purple-black Luffy effect. The one arm in the back there bothers me a little bit from this angle, but overall I think the piece still looks very good. Okay. Very nice. Now this is the 2K counter blocker chopper. I know it looks like Sanji, guys. Do not be fooled. Do not be tricked, right? This is the Punk Hazard Tony chopper that looks like Sanji, and it's a 4-cost 6,000 power blocker with a 2K counter. So it's just a 4,000 power on your turn. Really good card here, and look at that. The background's going to be probably super like foil. Looks really good. Then we have X-Drake. For all the Supernova fans out there, right? For all the Eustace Kid and Green Yellow Law players out there. This looks good. We'll zoom in on it a little bit. Good angle here, too. Good composition. You know, it looks like he's about to jump forward. Like, notice he's, like, crouched down. He's got his sword out there, and he's about to just lunge at someone. He's about to go at him. Really cool-looking card, and a very good utility 2K counter for any kind of deck. For any kind of yellow deck, honestly. I don't think it's locked to Supernova. Okay, and then we have Bad Manners Kit Course. Okay, a 0-cost 3K counter for red for Straw Hat Crew. And I think this one, yeah, notice down here for the trigger, my head's in the way. My head's kind of in the way for this, but this is the trigger is the one where it does the minus 3,000 power to a character for the turn. Really nice reprint here. It looks like they're reprinting pretty much all of the 0-cost 3Ks. Maybe not literally all of them, but they're reprinting a bunch of them, and that's good to see. Oh, wow, look at this carrot, guys. That looks awesome. That looks so awesome. And look, and I got to move my head over to the other side for you guys real quick. Hang on. Notice at the bottom here, this is an SP, and you can tell this is a special alt art. And look at this. There's going to be gold foiling in this attack that Carrot is doing. You guys see the gold foiling in there? That is going to look incredible. This is going to look really, really good. And of course, this is just a great 5-cost card for pretty much any green deck. This is the 5-cost 6K with the 1K counter. On play and when attacking, you can keep a 7-cost or lower character rested. Really good card to reprint here. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's nice. Okay, more gold foiling. So this has got to be an SP, right? Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell right here, guys. The resolution's not great, but this has got to be an SP here, guys. Look at that gold foiling. This is the 10-cost, 12,000 power Shanks from OP-06, I think it is. This is the one that has on play, KO a character with 10,000 power or less. This looks amazing, guys. I bet this might be one of the best looking alt art, like SP special alt arts I've ever seen. This one looks really good. I would love to see this one in person. This is one where it's like, man, when I cannot wait. Like, look at this, guys. It almost looks like this is going to be like the reflective foiling on the slashes here, and then gold surrounding it. Looks good, guys. Cannot wait to see that one in person. Okay, so there's the Shanks there. Let's keep going. We got a few more. Okay, they've been doing a lot of these lately. These special, like, manga panel style alt art events here. And this is my era for Blackbeard, the 1-cost top 3 searcher. Grab a Blackbeard Pirates card and then trash the rest. Really good card for them to print here that sees a lot of play. Okay, and then we have a little bit more. We got 4 more cards to go over here, guys. We got some Dawn cards. Caesar Clown. We were just talking about this earlier, and I love this silhouette idea they're doing. I hate to, I know I sound like a broken record right now, guys, but I really like the silhouette style of art. It has a massive effect, especially when you have all this gold foiling everywhere. I think this is going to look really good. Okay, next up here. This is probably something to do with Koby, because I see the pink in here, and then it says Marine down here for the Navy. Wow, that's really cool. Check that out, guys. It's got like the black hockey lightning going everywhere. And then like there's this star in the middle. This looks awesome. Looks really, really good. Yeah, and there's Kobe's glasses. I didn't see that at first. Very cool. The glasses kind of give it away. That's awesome. Okay, now we got Marco in here. Good night, guys. So I got to give a little bit of a, some VV lore here. So one of my favorite colors to play back in Magic the Gathering, one of my favorite color combinations to play in that game was white, blue, black. Okay, in the game of Magic, you can make any kind of color combination work that's in the game for the most part. And one of my favorite trio, like color triads to run, was white, blue, black, Esper. And this gives me those vibes with gold highlights everywhere. Oh, it looks so good. It looks so good, guys. This is one of those. This is one. It's kind of like the white, black, and gold Kaido Kaido Dawn that we saw from PRB-01. I might just have to have one of these. You know what I mean? We'll have to see what happens. Not even really a card I want to make an entire Dawn set around. It'll probably be very expensive, but this looks so nice. Okay, and then I think this is the last one here. Okay, a little more VV lore for anyone here. I know people who watch the stream already know all this stuff, but another color triad that I absolutely loved was white, black, and red Mardu. And this gives me those vibes big time. Look at that with the gold. Again, with the gold highlight with the white, black, and red. Whew, chef's kiss there. It just looks so good. This looks so good. I don't know what this green is down here. I wonder if that's just like, from the flash of them revealing the card, like the light on it. But I think this is just meant to be white, black, red, and gold. And this looks awesome. And look at this, like, attack here, with this, it almost looks like a dragon's, like a dragon lunging at something. Really cool looking. Okay. All right, I think that's it, guys. Today we just went over a bunch of spoilers and a bunch of reprints and a bunch of cool alt art cards. I'm going to get the outro page on now. Thank you to everybody who made it this far along in the video. And thank you to everybody who supports the channel, guys. Whether you're liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, viewing, if you're using my TCG Player affiliate link, if you're donating through Patreon or PayPal, if you're a Playmat supporter, a YouTube member, part of the Discord community, however you're helping me out or however you're helping out the community, thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. All right, I'm done. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. And until next time, peace.